We're not enabling Brexit. This country had a referendum. The British people voted in that referendum for Brexit. I'm a Remainer. The Labour Party is an internationalist party. I'm very disappointed by the outcome of that referendum, but that's the way the country voted. And yes, we are a democratic party because we had a party conference where our delegates went away, locked into a room for hours upon hours and came up with a motion, a resolution which was endorsed by that conference.
And which your leader is patently and obviously worried about. This notion that we're a parliamentary democracy. This is all about giving power to a parliament. We now have a different proposal on the table about how we leave the EU, the Prime Minister's plan, which people weren't voting on at the time of the first referendum. And lots of MPs think it is right now to give people a chance to vote on what is actually likely to happen, rather than a sort of theoretical long-term Brexit. What's wrong with that?
Well, because the point that we went to the general election, we went to the people with a manifesto in 2017 saying we respected the result of that referendum. We are committed to voting against Theresa May's deal. I mean, goodness knows whether we'll actually have a vote on it next week, given the speculation in the newspapers again. It wouldn't surprise me if that's delayed. That tells you how beleaguered this Tory cabinet is. But then, if that is voted down, then it's incumbent upon the government to come forward with alternative proposals and try to renegotiate.
Jeremy Corbyn said earlier in this process that if it needed more time for the negotiation, then Article 50 should be extended or postponed. Is that still party policy?
That's up to the government.
No, I'm asking, is it Labour Party policy? Labour Party
we're not calling for the extension, but it's up to the government to decide how to respond if they lose the vote, if they bring forward the vote, and if they subsequently lose it. I mean, we know that there's been some Tory whips are hopeful that they might get it through. I'm very sceptical, but we have to wait and see.